Hello everybody, Merlin Kid here coming to you again. How's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody is well on their end. Back again for DarkAvengerINCPlus. And I'm here to review, as you saw on my review, here to review a book that is exclusive to DarkAvengerINCPlus, and that's the limited series by Top Cow and Image, known as Son of Merlin. This is issue number 2 of 5. Still Robert Place Napton and Zit, who does the art in this. Great artwork. Okay, so we left off when I talked about this last time. We left off where Simon Ambrose, aka Merlin, the wizard Merlin, son, has been dropped a bomb on him. He's an MIT science student. You know, he's a brilliant scientist, and he gets this bomb dropped on him. About now, his father is the legendary Merlin, same Merlin from Knights of the Round, King Arthur, all that, and this has been dropped on him by Merlin's assistant, you can say Padawan, or or wizard in training, Gwen. And she tells him that you're the son of Merlin. Morgan Le Fay is looking for his book so she can take over, rule the world, and you have to take up the legacy of stopping her. So this is where issue 2 picks up. Issue 2 picks up right where that left off. They, Morgan Le Fay's Black Knights. They're not really knights in armor. They modernize a lot of it. As you can see, they're in black suits, and they pretty much come in like, "Where's the book?" And so Gwen is like, we have to get out of here. So she throws a light spell up to blind them, and they're running through MIT, trying to get, her and Rose, Simon and Rose are running through the campus of MIT, jumping through different, jumping from window to window, getting in different classrooms so they can get away. The Black Knights are still following them. However, Gwen is using the limited sorcery abilities that she has, and Simon's like really impressed. Like, "Oh, how are you doing that?" Like, everything like that. And there's a big, great chase scene that starts off right here, as you can see. And Gwen and them are pretty much the Black Knights are chasing them and shooting enchanted bullets. And Gwen even says, "One shot and we're dead." These bullets are enchanted, so it's a little different. However, they're able to get away, head off to one of Merlin's safe houses, which now belongs to Simon because he is next of kin. This house right there, you see at the bottom. And, he's looking around and like, what's going on? Wow, this is great stuff. Look at all this stuff. This stuff's got to be worth a fortune. It's ancient. Wow, she's like, "Yeah, and now belongs to you." And Gwen does get shot. She did get shot, and as you can see here, she got shot. It just grazed her, but she's okay. And pretty much, Simon stops in front of a picture, and he's like, "Wow, is that who I think it is?" He's like, "That's Arthur's. That's Simon's favorite king." And he's like, "Arthur?" Bingo. As you can see right here, you get a picture of King Arthur right here. Arthur Pendragon of Camelot. Yeah. And so pretty much, Gwen is telling them, where to go, where you could. This is where everything is, and they go to bed. She's telling them that we're safe here. Nobody knows we're here, and that's where Simon starts to have these bad nightmares. Pretty much, and Gwen knows it's gonna happen. She was expecting this, because once he wakes up, she's standing right next to his bed, and she's just like, it must have been the Carries. Merlin used to have these dreams a lot too, and it means it's part of your bloodline. And pretty much the next day, that's where Gwen starts teaching Simon about magic and things like that, and a lot of spells. How to, for example, how to heal. Healing spells. At first, Simon is building it off because he's a man of science. So he's looking at this like, okay, magic can't be real. And Gwen is trying to show him that magic is just another form of science in a sense. So the first thing is she's trying to show him, like, get this feeling of, basically what it feels to heal. So he's kind of having a rough time trying to, basically, how can I put it? He's having a tough time trying to master the force. How about that? Yeah. So basically Gwen is like, okay. She shows him, gives him a little sensation that's the feeling of when you're using magic. And she's like, don't forget that feeling. And she's like, do you feel that? So next you know, she's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I feel that. And he's like, okay, now let's try a healing spell. And the best way to do it, so here she goes, flicks out a switchblade, as you can see at the bottom. Artwork is just brilliant, beautiful done in here. And she cuts his finger, literally slices his finger. And he's like, oh, what the hell? And then he's like, now heal. And you can literally see, and she's like, if you don't do it, then I'm gonna cut deeper. She gives him like a little cut, just enough to pierce the skin till it bleeds. And you see Simon here heal himself, which is fine. And we get into more magic. She teaches him telekinetics, to how to, stop things and levitate things. And she's throwing valuable vases that belong to Simon's dad off the roof. And he's like, hey, what are you doing? No! And he's like, that must be worth the fortune. He's like, yeah, it's worth the fortune. So you better stop it before I keep throwing more stuff off. So she's like, okay, that seems to not work. And he's trying his hardest to levitate these things. Unfortunately, she's like, okay, I gotta up the ante. So she literally jumps off the roof and he stops her. And so it seems that he's getting the feel of it, but it's taking more of just, can't be inanimate objects and things like that. And we go to Morgan Le Fay, and she's really pissed off about the Black Knights losing her. So she's like, okay, my Black Knights can't do it, so I gotta send for someone else. My son. And pretty much her son, Yuan, I hope I'm saying his name right, is brought in to track them down. And he's a good tracker. He can see magic and where everybody went, and things like that. And from there, we head back to the mansion, and he's Simon and Gwen are learning how to basically shapeshift. So Simon learns how to shapeshift and things like that, which he starts to get pretty well. And Simon is still learning, so he's studying a lot of books, and the ancient ruin texts are really starting to make sense to him now more often. And once again, Gwen is progressively telling him that's because of the bloodline. You're really starting to, it'll start becoming like secondhand to you. And as you can see, Yuan has basically tracked them down, and pretty much that's where he finds where they are. And there's a pretty decent battle, pretty decent scene where basically Yuan attacks them and things like that. You see here, he attacks Gwen, and Simon tries to put up a decent fight. He puts up a cloaking spell. He learns how to do levitation pretty well, but Yuan has been at this a little longer, and it ends kind of on a cliffhanger, like what's going to happen? Are they going to get out of this? Yuan is, Gwen only has about limited magical abilities herself, and Simon is still learning. So it's like Yuan is like really good at it, and it makes you wonder, like, what's gonna. It leaves on a cliffhanger, but so far so good. This has been an excellent limited series. I've been really enjoying it. I love the artwork by Zed. I hope I'm saying his name right. And the writing is really good. It has what I like to a modern day feel, or if I can so boldly say, because I am a fan of the series, a Doctor Who feel to it. And that's what really is drawing me into it. It feels like a mixture of Doctor Who meets Fringe meets a lot of other things, and Camelot and all that, but Camelot modern time. And I've really enjoyed it. I've been loving it so far. It's been really good. Son of Merlin, number 2 of 5. Really good. Been loving it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this exclusive review on Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. I will be back next time. You know, you catch me next time with another review or a topic video. You know, I'm always going to be around on Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. But I definitely had to get this out. And I will see you guys next time. Hopefully with the next issue of Son of Merlin. Or maybe something else. You don't know. But other than that, guys, this is Mount Vernon Kid coming to you from Dark Avenger Inc. Plus, saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. I'll catch you guys next time. You guys, take it easy.